Minions are all the better with chainsword arms.
Maybe a 4-sword arm.
I like four.
Well, there's a very good chance that my minion will get sacrificed at some point. Because being a psycho, if you sacrifice people, you get mad buffs.
Sorry about that, I'm back. Yep, unless you have any other thing else you would like to ask Miziket, the angel is willing to send you on your way.
Nah, beat me up, Scotty.
Let's get paid.
I've got a very expensive gear habit that I'd like to sate.
Okay, after that, she puts her hand out and asks you all to touch it. After a second or two, there's a blinding flash, and can I just get everyone to make a toughness test, please?
Fuck you.
What was that, bro? Sorry.
Passed it with my fortune. Slashing for me.
Okay, all of you who passed, upon arriving at your destination, you feel a bit queasy, but you're fine. Oh, sorry. One sec, phone.
I think I'm doing it. I'm doing it right. Depending on what stat we were using, I either passed by 9, 19, or 24. Sorry, I stepped away to get a drink as well.
Toughness.
Oh.
Okay, the people who didn't pass your toughness test, you throw up a bit because, like, you've just been teleported halfway across the galaxy. It's a very, very unsettling thing. As you guys do materialize, as soon as you materialize, the angel starts to leave the room. As you look around, you seem to be in some form of war room. There are cases with all these different items in it. There's one that has a head of what looks like a Necron of some description. There's one that has a extremely exquisite and massive lightning claw in it. There are other few little knickknacks and stuff like that. It looks like you're in some form of trophy room. You do notice there is a large, like an extremely large desk there. You also notice there's like a hollow table and other stuff like that.
A bit of a closer look at these weapons in the trophy cases.
Is there anything on the holotable?
There is currently on the holotable, it seems to be some sort of space station. It has like different readouts of it and such.
See if there's anyone else with us here.
Yeah.
Can you make an awareness check?
I'm not even gonna bother.
Could I
No,
use
actually,
the
do one.
life form detector on my Auspex and place him in an awareness check?
Yes, you may.
Just barely fell.
Magnus, you can detect 2 life forms in the room, though you cannot see any. There are several life forms in the room that are joins to this one.
Can I try and, like, sense if there's anything else? Like, psychically in the area?
Yep, make a size science roll.
No. What the fuck? Why do my dice hate me today? I'm the new John.
You're at John's.
It must be this house, I swear to God. Something in the fucking walls that make dice roll bad.
No, well, in another game, there was a bloodthirster and it had like a 99% chance to parry, and I rolled a 93. So 8 hits later it died.
That's right, someone one-shot a bloodthirster. What a dick.
As you guys are standing, that's right.
I was just laughing.
You know, like, my jaw will drop when I look at, like, the lightning claw. But you guys know what that is? Well, that's the claw of Horus. I think we're on a Baden's ship.
We're dead.
I'm gonna draw my force sword and just, like, rest it beside me. In, like, a defensive sort of stance.
After 3 minutes of you being in the room, the door at the other end opens, and out steps the mistress, Lady Delilah.
Oh, well, if I see her, I'll put my sword away. And draw my other sword.
As she enters the room, she says, "I apologise for the delay. There was just a small complication with my child.
Not a problem,
I
miss.
was informed by my colleague. Oh, hang on. What am I supposed to call her? The angel that you guys have delivered a specimen plus a large amount of data. This is currently have a couple of techs going over the data, and the specimen is currently in a holding cell on board the vessel. Oh, by the way, welcome aboard the Valkyrie, everybody. This is my husband's war room. He is currently doing a mission on board that foundry over there.
Why does your husband have the claw of Horus?
You do realise he defeated Abaddon, correct?
Okay. Is that why Abaddon's missing?
Yes, my husband has put him in a situation where he is inaccessible by people. Oh, and as you remark about the child, she will say, yes, I do have a child. No, you may not see it. And if you value breathing, you will not move towards it.
Just politely congratulate her on being a mother, and that's all.
She will say thank you and nod politely. She says, there is Mr. Sal, before you leave the vessel, I have an item that is being brought up to give to you, so please do not leave before obtaining them. But I do believe you guys wish to talk about payment. Are we looking for personal rewards or one for the entire group?
Both.
Now, Mr. Hable, there is no need to be greedy.
Capable agents are well-equipped agents.
Well, I don't know these guys very well to know what they would be interested that would benefit all of us as a group.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would benefit us as a group at this point.
Abel's logic is sound.
But my point was, if you hook us up with like cool stuff and then give us a group reward as well, we'll be well equipped.
Trying to say in a joking manner, I go like, yeah, these guys could use a rhino. They were bitching the entire time we were walking on that planet.
I'll laugh at that.
A rhino, I could possibly swing something for you, and have it delivered to your ship. But for now, that will take some time. I can have something maybe minor brought up for each of you, if you were just to tell me what it would be. We have manufactoriums on board the vessel, plus many item on board.
Need some drugs. There's a rare drug called Geist, which greatly increases Psyker's potential.
Yes, I have heard of that through a contact. I'll make a few calls. I can definitely get something like that suited up.
Well, if you can get the chemicals, I'm pretty sure I can make it. I am a chemist.
Hey, Kurt.
The only problem with making Geist is it's like a psycholy active drug, so it'd be like ridiculously hard, I would imagine. But if you can pull it off, fuck yeah.
As you guys are standing there, the main door to the chamber opens, and in steps a gentleman you haven't seen before. Just 1 second, and I'll find him for you.
Thinking to myself, this might be her husband, the badass that killed or defeated a bandit. Does my hairs like tingle or any weird sensations as he walks in?
No. As he enters the room, he salutes the lady and says, "Sorry for the intrusion, mistress, but in the bottom of the foundry I found many waves of enemies. Would it be possible for us to source a mission with some of the immortals and some of the other crew to alleviate some of the pressure that would be placed on the Grand Marshal?" She nods and says, "I will just check with the Grand Marshal, but yes, that shouldn't be a problem." She makes a comm, she explains it, and then she says to War, "Yes, that will be fine," and he walks out of the room. As he leaves, he apologizes for the intrusion, and he nods to all of you.
I know. I'll pet Tiki softly, and it's like, there's not much I can use as of now. I might like a good word in to Slanesh. Maybe some praise and some gratulatory ideas that he may choose me as his next champion or warlord or even demon prince. And should I do a charm test on this?
What were you doing, sorry?
It was just kind of like saying all I want is like some glory for Slanesh.
She says that she can have a talk to Slanesh and see what she can swing for that. Kane, she'll actually, to your crude question, she says, unfortunately, we do not have any contacts within the Tau Empire at the moment. Well, we do have one, but it's complicated, and I actually don't have any access to any crude, so I will be unable to help you with that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Daniel. I'd be like, yeah, it's more than a pleasure to work with Slanesh and Slanesh's agent.
Yeah, she will. She nods in agreement with that and says, the master, he is a different person now, but he is definitely pleased with your work.
I am glad. Glory to our lover.
When you say high quality plasma weapon, are we talking a cannon, a gun, a pistol?
Macro battery.
I wouldn't say no to a plasma cannon.
Godbane Lance.
And as you say that, she says, yes, I think I have a few contacts on Omega that might be able to give you one of those.
If I'm not stepping too far, I wouldn't mind one with a dispenser on it.
No, that shouldn't be a drama at all, actually. It would make it much easier for you to move around.
I'll just bow graciously and say something about her generosity and kindness.
As you ask for that cell, she says, I believe you're about to obtain something like that from Sebastian, so if there's something else you would like?
Crap, I don't know. I'll think about it.
She scratches her chin and says, you're a sniper type person, aren't you, Mr. Sal? That's the reason why Sebastian has interest in you.
Yes, quite.
I have a contact on a far off planet, Lucian's Breath, I believe he was on last time I was talking to him. He is actually making a prototype sniper rifle. Would that be something you'd be interested in? He needs a field test for it.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Well,
yep, go ahead, sorry.
if there's any quality tester, it's going to be me, so... What kind of sniper rifle is it?
I believe he said it was a Space Marine patent that he found, and he's cut it down and he's changed out some of the ammo capabilities of it, so it uses bolt weapon rounds. Rather spiffy, if I remember correctly. It's like one of the top level sniper rifles the actual Space Marine requires. The only thing that will be required is if you allow us to take a body scan of you, so that he can customize it to your actual personal self.
That's interesting. Very well.
I will send in a telepathic message to him immediately. It should arrive on Omega in a day or two, depending on what he's up to.
So are you saying, like, this weapon uses exclusively bolt rounds? Or could it use other rounds?
They usually use the needle rounds, but he has made it so that it is possible to use bolt rounds for it too, and all the different rounds that can go into a bolt gun as well.
Explosive headshot.
Interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
As you say that, the angel walks back into the room holding a large case. Well, not a large case. It'll be a case about the size of a helmet, and she will hand it to you. As she hands it to you, a little sensor pops up and says, "Just press your finger against this, and the contents will be yours."
All right, I do it.
Inside, you find it looks like a face mask slash helmet. It's very stylized. It's like a skull pattern. It looks very. It's crafted really well. She says, Sebastian said that this may be of use to you.
I closely examine it. Is there any like special qualities to it, like technology or anything?
This thing has mostly got more technology on it than the heretics actually have on it.
This is a really interesting piece of equipment. What exactly does it do?
Sebastian was saying something about helping with sniping. Apparently his career choice uses these almost exclusively.
Interesting. I'll see.
Bear with me, I'll grab it for the stuff for it.
Okay. I'll be sure to put it to use.
Yes, he would like that you use it as much as possible.
Can I just ask why exactly do you need my DNA and the body scan?
The body scan is because the sniper rifle is personally set to the wielder, so they need to know like size of arm, size of body and stuff like that. And the DNA was for the equipment for that helmet requires a biological lock. So that means that anyone other than you trying to use it can't. It requires like massive tests to try and break the lock.
Your master seems to be investing quite a bit into me. Is there any specific reason why?
Sebastian seems to see some promise in you.
That's pretty flattering. Oh, and also, concerning the list, is there some sort of time limit associated with it?
No. As long as it is done, and at certain milestones along the road, we will be supplying you with advanced gear to help.
Then consider it done.
Upon that, everyone got what they wanted?
Yeah.
Actually, Jim, she can mercifully swing you a couple of slave crude if you wish. Sorry, I forgot.
Excellent.
Now, to the business at hand. There is a imperial world that I wish you to go to, and I want you to destabilize it as much as possible without causing too much of a uproar, so to speak. There are certain things made on this planet that we will require in the upcoming war. But for the sake of actually obtaining these assets, we need you to make it possibly easier and to stop any reinforcements arriving on the planet.
So you want us to make it more anarchy-like, but not enough to require the Imperial Guard or Space Marines to come in to stop the riot?
Yeah, we want you to destabilize it. There is actually a large amount of Imperial forces on the planet. What we want is for you to go in there and destabilize them as much as you can. We would like you to stop them from employing reinforcements from space, especially an Asterisk response would be disadvantageous.
What kind of planet is this? Like a Forge world, Imperial world, Hive world?
Imperial.
It's an Imperial world. It has a lot of forge factories on it, and it does have a fair few hives on it.
Can you tell me any information about the Imperial Guard we'll be dealing with? Do they have any Bane Blades that we need to know about, or any other nasty surprises to look out for?
There is actually a Bane Blade on the planet. As far as we're aware, it's still under construction. The Supreme Commander of the Imperial forces on there is a poor leader, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. There are large tank factories. There is a large contingent of Imperial Guard there. Though we do believe that the commander is a fairly poor commander, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue with that unless you run directly into their forces. They are part of the, I think it's the 776th Regiment. They're just standard Imperial Guard. There are some Stormtroopers and Organs there as well, so I would suggest avoiding them as much as possible.
Alright.
The planet does have a couple of active volcanoes, as you ask. It is as far as you're aware, it is a breathable atmosphere, maybe a little bit more nutritious than what is left on Earth. There is definitely some wildlife there, large carnivores and stuff like that. I know that there are, as I said, there are volcanoes, and a lot of them are used to power some of the stations as well on the planet, the Forge Worlds.
With this guy saying he's a poor leader, why is he known as a poor leader? What has he actually done that makes that known?
Well, for one, the Bane Blade he has is he isn't using it for war. He's using it pretty much as a pleasure, like a command center. He's not actually taking it out and fighting with it. He makes poor tactical decisions. There are definitely off-world communications.
Those would be something we would need to neutralize.
Two things made me perk up in that entire conversation when she was speaking. Ogren and Baneblade. They're the only two words I heard.
Are his forces known to be particularly loyal, or...?
The more higher up troops that he has, like the Stormtroopers and that, they are considered to be as loyal. The Orgrins and the lower troops, they talk poorly of him, so there is possible dissension amongst the ranks. As for taking the Baneblade, I would more likely suggest against that and save it maybe for the final assault.
We shouldn't even assault, we should just do it as a stealth mission, drop in, kill the leader, kill any of the higher up troops that aren't awesome. Alternatively, we could do it as an actual descent mission, dress up like the Stormtroopers, go out, slaughter a bunch of General Imperial Guard so they get pissed off and kill him.
No.
We are actually expecting this to take a fair amount of time, because one of the main things we